All right.
All right.
Wait, I'm just sharing this. Okay.
You're on.
You're on.
I'm on.
So how you doing?
How you doing, Robin?
How you doing, Robert?
I'm doing all right.
You're all right.
I've been having fun
Schedule
scheduling
this thing to work. Apparently, it's hard to decide. So
Okay.
you can
volume down.
Oh, down? Okay,
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little better.
A little better. Okay.
All right. Anyway,
So
Ronnie, a lot of people, because we sent out talking about your story
and about
your
your journey.
And actually,
uh,
your journey
your journey started actually
long before
Fast Protein started.
So, can
So,
you share a little bit about how bad it was? And you talked a lot of stuff, and then of course, kind of share a little bit about that.
Okay. Medically, what I have is a tumor on my spinal cord that damaged the nerves that goes to my legs. So that was actually a really long journey for about 10 years of getting more and more pain and trying to solve it in medical ways and holistic ways until I got to the point that I can't walk. So the level of pain was that strong that trying to move my little toe would just get me to scream. And but my body rejected everything. My body didn't agree to accept everything, including a spinal cord stimulator, which is a electrode inside my spine that's supposed to change the nerve signal that goes to the brain. But we know better now. And a pacemaker and a battery that was implanted in my ass. I prefer the word ass than butt.
It's actually your booty.
No, it's actually in my butt cheek.
Butt cheek.
Yeah.
No spanking for me.
Make it a shocking experience.
But yeah.
So you had this implanted. Now, there was another lady.
There's a big
echo on board.
I'll just try and lower it down because then I can't hear you very well. Maybe I'll put headphones.
Okay. No echo.
Good?
Perfect.
Okay.
So anyway, this woman had a $90,000 implant implanted into her body, attached to her spine as well. Still had the pain, even though she had this implant. And so that's you're the second person who's had this that I've worked with or been around who's had this happen. So here it is. You tried all these different therapies. You know, one of the things I received an email. I should probably try to read it. They got really angry because of I'm sharing your story. They got so angry because she's really bad, but what about the rest of us who aren't as bad as her? And she got really upset in that. And I'm thinking, here it is. You were really at a pretty low place. I mean, you can't walk, you move your toe, you're in pain.
Yes, I wrote my goodbye letter before I went to Ireland. It wasn't about not being able to move. It was about suffering from so much pain and knowing that it's not only physical pain, it's an emotional pain, and I'm trapped.
Yeah.
So I was ready to check out.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And I think there's so many other people like that. I know Phyllis, she's also on the call. She too said, I just want to die. The pain is horrible and there's no way to escape. So obviously, but see, here's something that I think that really has to be pointed out, Ronnie, and that a lot of other people, because you searching for a way to heal yourself. You tried all kinds of stuff.
Everything.
What's the most strangest thing you've tried?
I would say the spinal cord stimulator. That's the strangest thing for me because I come from holistic background. So doing other things. I did actually the usual EFT for 2 years. For a while, it was twice a week for 2 years, just tapping and crying and tapping and crying and tapping and crying and tapping and crying. Yeah, that was the weirdest thing.
But did you get any results? Did you feel
No,
better?
no, that it was just a cycle, tapping and crying, tapping and crying, tapping and crying, not understanding what am I making peace with, not understanding why do I have to keep going back to and feel what I feel, and it would stop there. There will be no just feeling it. Okay, I feel it. Now what?
Right. Now, so when you say feel it, so you're not talking about the pain, you're also dealing with emotional issues.
Emotions, yes, emotions.
Right.
Yep.
Right. So again, so here it is, you're going to your past experiences and you're working on those and you're tapping and crying and tapping and crying. And then at one point, obviously, you know, you can tell your story a little bit more about how your mother came to you and told you about 5-HT, et cetera, but share a little bit more about that.
Okay, so the spinal cord stimulator got me back on my feet, but gave me so much more grief because it didn't cover the pain. I had an additional pain, and it was like, that's it. What now? And so one day my mom came to me and she said, hey, do you remember we watched that guy on YouTube about a year and a half ago, and we liked that, didn't we? And I said, oh my God, I thought about him this morning. And she said, well, maybe you should check that. And I said, oh, well, maybe. And I usually don't do what my mom suggests me to do. But the morning after, I just went into your website. And I did the 7 days free course. And that's it. And then I booked my 5 days retreat, following by level 1 with you in Greece. And that's it. And after those week and 5 days, I turned off the spinal cord stimulator, and that was the end of October 2017. And I didn't turn on since then.
Okay. But you know,
And
like
I was dancing at the end of the course.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were dancing. We had that because we had level 1 in Greece, and also we had level 1 and 2 in Greece also this year. But usually towards the end, we will go to a meal together, and of course, so we had great music, great Greek food, and dancing. And so there you were up there dancing. I think even Heather McKean was dancing, and there's a lot of other people who were also dancing.
Yeah.
But that's also dancing was very important for you. I mean,
Oh my God, that's amazing, because I was so focused. That's one of the, for me, like the proof of how the mind works. Because my focus was, I'm dancing. What's your goal? To dance. What do you want to do? To dance. What's going to happen? How do you see yourself in 5 years? Dancing. So I actually started dancing, but walking was harder for me. Just until recently, when I realized that I'm focused about dancing. So I'm programming my mind, my brain to dance, but I'm forgetting the first steps, walking and exercising and stuff like this. So now I'm walking too.
Another thing, I mentioned a letter that someone wrote me, and she got very angry.
Yeah.
And she got very angry, and this is very common amongst people who are ill, is they get angry and they find a reason to quit. They're looking for a way to stop the journey. Now, let me ask you, be honest with us. How many times did you quit? How many times did you want to quit? How many times it got so bad that you said, I'm ready to quit? I'm ready to die, because you tried EFT, you tried traditional therapies, you tried a lot of things, and you know that quit was right there waiting for you.
Yeah. more than once, more than twice. I don't remember. And I will say also that pain is the perfect excuse for everything. So it's a really good reason to quit, because it's a torture. So it's also kind of in a way something that serves us when we not in our right mind. So
yeah.
I know that I have two big memories of having a pile of pills, more than 100 pills on the table, and
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of people in the have been and sometimes are in that same state, not only with physical pain but emotional pain as well.
Yeah.
So here it is. You tried the traditional ways, but logically one of the biggest things that helped heal you or actually pull you forward in your life was dealing with the emotional hurts, dealing with the rejections, the pains, the traumas, your family, your dad, your mom, siblings, or boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever it is. Wasn't that really the crux that really helped set you free, was address those issues?
That's the only thing for me right now.
Yeah.
I'm traveling right now all over the world, and I don't do health insurance or traveling insurance. I don't pay for that. I don't need that, because I know if something will happen, I do this, and I go to my place and I do whatever I need to do, and I go on. Yeah.
And so, but see, that isn't that the truth though? Isn't that the real deal? It's the emotional pain that drives our physical pain.
Yeah, 100%. Under every physical pain, there is an emotional pain. And when I'm saying pain, it's not only pain in your body, but it's pain in your heart, a broken heart. It's pain in your relationship. It's pain in your work. It's pain in your career. Your garden doesn't look like you want it to be, and it's your passion. It's a pain as a musician.
And also the emotional struggles, because one of the things you talked about is you have a dream, but you felt like you were trapped, held back, and you couldn't do your heart's desire, and that was the biggest pain for you.
Yes, exactly. I'm a musician. I'm a singer and a songwriter, and what I found out is that one of the things that caused the pain was me not actually accepting myself as a musician, because I grew up in a quiet house. It was safe to be quiet. And suddenly I want to sing. And I have a strong voice too. And so I started to sing, but my body said, no, that's not safe. You learn different. You know that you're supposed to be quiet, because if you be loud, something bad is going to happen. Wow. And discovering this was like, oh, whoa. But
So your heart's desire and your family cultural training, there's a major emotional conflict.
Yep, exactly.
And that's something you had to break.
Yes, because you grow up and you start to discover yourself, and you want to be your true self, but your surroundings, your parents, environment, religion, whatever, all of those things, they are still there in the back of your head telling you, no, you're supposed to do this. You're supposed to be what you were taught to be, and not who you really are. But when you go through the process of faster EFT, you understand. I understood that the safest thing is to be who I am.
Well,
Yeah.
we say that, really we want to be the safest thing, but the problem is that we have to be strong and to be who we are. And that strength doesn't come by easily. You actually have to work your strength up.
Yeah, you can push. You can. So as a musician, I can't push and say, okay, I'm a musician, I'm a musician, I'm a musician. It wouldn't work because my past will push much stronger against me if I don't have the tools, or that will give me the real strength and the tools that will break that thing that is pushing against me. So
Right.
I can go out there and be the dancer that I want to be, go out on bars, go out with guys, sing, dance, but my past will come constantly and tell me, no, you're not supposed to do it, until I will learn something new.
Right. So there's some questions that's going up here. Some people are saying that, are you saying that physical ailments are caused by mental issues? Again, so here it is. How did you get this pain? Did you just wake up, you fall and trip and fall? Did somebody punch you? Did you have a car accident? Where did this pain, does it pop out of the blue? How did you get this pain?
Again, medically, the explanation is a tumor on my spinal cord. But how did I get the tumor?
Okay, there you go.
By the way, I see this tumor as it's actually muscle and fat. It was an organ growing exactly where the wings come out from.
So you're changing it in your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was a process. It didn't just pop up. It didn't just came in suddenly. I couldn't walk.
Right.
It was a process. So my body was started to give me signals, but I wasn't listening because I didn't know the language.
Right. So obviously you've had sessions. I bet you've had more than 10 sessions. What do you think? How many?
Oh, for sure. I had. I think around 40, more than around the 40 sessions.
40 sessions. And you tap, how frequently do you tap?
Every day.
Every day. All right. So is it like whenever things show up, do you have a schedule that you tap, or when do you tap?
First of all, when something shows up, memories. Sometimes I know what's causing it already. Mm-hmm. So I'll go to, we'll probably talk about memories later. Yeah. No, I don't have a schedule, but just when it comes up, I go there. Or when I decide with myself, okay, I'm going to sit now and work with myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So again, you tap mainly in the heat of the moment.
Yes.
And then also you do work on reflective tapping, which basically sometimes when you should have tapped, you didn't tap, you tap then.
Yeah.
And then we go exploratory tapping. Basically, you go clean up your past.
Yes.
And go ahead.
That's what I do most. I just inventing new stuff.
Right. And so also another thing too is that one of the tapping styles I teach is conquer tapping, which basically means you go and find areas that you want to conquer, or places you want to fix or recover. Isn't that right?
Yeah, but I'm thinking about the people that watching. Maybe not all of them know what you mean when you say tapping.
Okay, what is tapping, you mean?
Yeah.
All right. Well, there are different types of tapping. Faster T style, eutaptics tapping is based on how the mind works and how we create things. And also we understand that physical pain is a metaphoric expression of your unconscious resources, which basically means your brain is trying to keep you safe with the pain, also is metaphorically expressing unresolved emotional issues of your past. And so pain, like Roni was saying earlier, pain is everything. Pain keeps you safe. Pain does a lot of things for you, but also hinders you. And so tapping is what we call, it breaks the trance. It also helps us to transform the neurological data within our mind, because inside of our mind, our brain has recordings of past pains, and it reuses the pains from the past today. And it's a personal empowerment tool, and it helps you get personal control over your inner self. That's the most important thing about it. And it gives you conscious control, and it has a logical philosophy and mindset in how the brain actually does work, which gives you control. And it's practical. It's not you're not looking for fairies, or you're not looking for some divine force outside you, because the power is already within you. And knowing how to take control of your inner production, basically how your mind works, you can change your whole life. And of course, we're programmed from birth all the way to present, from our culture, from our families, from TVs, from schools, boyfriend, girlfriends, and we never really had the ability to change or release this emotional experiences. So your brain reuses these emotional experiences, and it can create a big illness or a big emotional problem or financial devastation or financial wealth, good friends, no friends, music success or no success at all, because the brain is a survival machine. And so what it does, it just basically helps you break and rewrite memory and gives you control, basically. That's kind of a short summary. It's big, and it works. That's the beautiful thing. It says it works. So.
Yep, it's very practical, doable, and logical.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the triangle that worked for me.
Yeah.
And I think would work for basically anyone.
Yeah. And there's no special belief, because everything that I teach about it just makes sense. It's logical, like you said, practical, and it's simple, really. Really, it's simple. But we say simple and easy. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Yes. It is a lot of work. And so Denise says, so just tapping correct the medical condition. Well, let me explain. It's not tapping that corrects a medical condition. It's changing the mind corrects medical conditioning. Now, of course, if we think about it, science has proven over and over and over again that the mind has an amazing ability to heal itself. And of course, it's tested with every scientific research. It's called the placebo effect. Placebo doesn't mean fake. Placebo means that the brain is actually healing itself from within itself, in spite of the fake operation and the fake drug. It's Neuroplasticity 101. It's how the brain actually works. So the brain, the mind, your emotions impact your body. That's the key. Yeah. So.
Yep.
And so, if you were to say, I mean, since you started this work, many changes have happened, not only physical, but how does it happen? How has it affected your relationship with your parents, your work, your career, your self-esteem? How does that affect any of those?
Oh wow, I'm getting all excited. It completely changed my life, because when you address emotions, you address all of your life situations, because one emotion that you may address is controlling your body, controlling your relationship with your parents, or one of them, or for me with men, for example, being a musician. That was my big thing, and I couldn't do it. Now I'm doing it big time. The relationship with my father was kind of not very good, and even weird. It's amazing now. It's like an amazing relationship. My relationship with my mother is brilliant. And now it's not all in the same time. Of course, I'm growing. So now my relationship with men is getting better. And most importantly, the relationship with myself is pretty good.
So you're starting to like it, enjoying being with yourself then.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Yeah. Now again, there's somebody like Carl is saying, our imaginations can hurt us or heal us. Imagine good, healthy words, repetition, and good repetition. But here's something that will not work, that people don't understand. If you don't change the problem, the emotional hurts, the emotional memories, the traumas inside your own head, no matter how positive you can try to be, the negativity will override it. So that's then, like somebody said, you mean I have to go heal the 20 years of trauma? I said, well, if you don't heal those 20 years of trauma, those 20 years of trauma will destroy your health.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, it was basically pain is coming to kill me. That it's just as simple as that. It's here to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
So if I won't overcome the past, it will.
Mm-hmm.
But I did. I wanted to live. I wanted to sing. I wanted to sing so much. So I said, okay, let's go for this thing.
Yeah.
And do it.
So another thing too, I think that people have to realize, the number one thing that Roni did over and over again is she was persistent and consistently working on herself. If you, and I've seen this, I've had, because I have level 1 in Oklahoma City, I have level 1 in Greece, and I teach people. Level 1 is saying you can heal yourself. You can change yourself. Now, people will come and they're really excited that it works, and it works on this and that. And what they stop doing is doing what actually works. And Roni, if she could have quit, after a session or two. She didn't want to go inside of her head and deal with the pain. And she would still be in her pain. She would not be where she is. The most important thing is for all of us to understand that those who stay with it, work with it, when you feel like you want to quit and you want to hide and you want to find an excuse not to work on yourself or avoid what's inside your head, that is the noose that will destroy you. Go back and clean up what you're afraid of. Make peace with what your enemies. Make peace with the traumas. Make peace with your past. Change whatever it is that you're running from.
Yeah, I see people writing that you have to believe.
You don't have to believe.
I have to say that I just went for it. As I said, my goodbye letter was already written. I had my pills ready, and I said, I'm going to do this. If it doesn't work, going back home, checking out.
Yeah.
So I didn't even knew what I'm going to do exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So when you start doing it, you see immediate changes on your first session. You understand. That's the big thing. You understand what's going on inside your head. You understand, and it's so big. And when you understand that, the whole world opens up. So it's not about believing. Okay, it's so not about believing. It's about you know what, to everyone who thinks it's about believing or not sure about it and in a big pain or big trouble, what do you have to lose then? You have nothing to lose but yourself.
Yeah. Definitely.
So,
but I think again, it's like, say with my system, you do not have to believe any of it. You don't have to even care. All you have to do is be willing to say, I'm willing to give it a try. Now, the reason why what I do works is because it steps inside of your head. We elicit your strategy, your own personal belief system, and your own personal belief system is creating pain. Your own internal memories are creating your scenario that you have in your life. So what we do is we step inside and elicit what it is you do inside you, and we help adjust you from inside your head first. But you don't have to believe it works. All you have to do is be honest and say, I'm willing to try it. and then do what is working. That means go change bad memories, go change sensations, tap when you're bothered, focus on what you want. And that's the key. You know, I asked Ronnie earlier, I said, hey, Ronnie, what are some of the things, I said, what are some of the things that you learned, the 10 things that you learned using this? And what can you share some of those, Ronnie?
Can you?
Yeah, I can. I got it right here.
You got it.
I got it. So learning how my mind creates links. So explain that to them.
Okay, so something happened when you were a child. Something happened, an experience. And when you are a child, all your mind wants to do is to teach you and to learn how to be protected, how to be saved. So every experience that you experience, your mind will make like an equation that will tell you how to react in the future when this is happening. So if I take my example, as a little child, I learned that it's safe to be quiet, because if I won't be quiet, someone will blow up in the house, and that's dangerous, right? So I took it. Of course, I wasn't aware of it as a child, but that's the equation inside my mind. So I'm walking in life being quiet. But growing up, I'm starting to discover myself, and I'm not quiet. Now, people that know me today, they would say, she is quiet? I don't think so. So that just pops out when you least expect it, to protect you. It's all about the links are all about being protected.
Right.
Am I a good student?
Yeah, even though it doesn't make sense logically, why this experience happened, and if I'm loud, I'm going to get hurt, and it's not safe. So unconsciously, it knows it, and it sets in the background, even though you're meant to sing and you're meant to speak up. So this negative experience is holding your true essence down.
Yep.
And there's some people, for example, someone says, well, I've had severe MCS. There's a lot of people who started doing this work had set themselves free from MCS. Now, how they did it exactly as Ronnie did. You know, you can listen to some of the women like Phyllis. She said, I kept working and working, and then I got really angry at Robert. I got so angry at him, I called my husband and said, Robert said, I'm doing it to me. It's my memories making me feel bad. I'm doing it. And so once she started working on her memories and her experiences and say, I am responsible for my own personal healing, and I must start my healing inside my own head. That's the key. So one of them is that your mind creates links. Your links create behaviors, and these behaviors create either good stuff or not so good stuff.
Yep.
And then you said, number 2 says using Faster T to reprogram. What does that mean?
So those equations, the links, are basically programs that running in the back of your head all the time. Mm-hmm. But the cool thing is that you can change them, and you can create new programs for yourself. So you can reprogram your whole life just how you want it to be.
Yeah. So that's the beautiful part about it, is that you can take memories, and of course, neuroscience is now proving that memories are not stuck, real and permanent, and that you can actually go and rewrite memory.
Yep.
You change a memory, and the more emotional juice you put in the memory, the more real you make it feel in your body, it becomes your new reality. Mm-hmm. Because the brain is a survival system.
Yep.
So
yeah. People sometimes kind of scared or have resistance to the idea of changing memory. So I tell them what you always say. It happened. You know, you can't change the past. Mm-mm. You can't change the past. Okay? We're not taking your past away from you, but you can change what you're doing right now in your head. Mm-hmm. Right? So you're changing right now, because recalling a memory is basically giving your brain information, and for the brain it's happening right now. It doesn't know that it happened in the past. Mm-hmm. So that's why you're experiencing it. Mm-hmm. That's why there's so much PTSD, right? Yeah. So no one is taking your past away from you. You're just making your now so much better.
Right. Exactly. And I think another thing too that people must realize, that if you really think about it, your brain has always updates itself. When you visit the memory, any memory, your memory, when it's done, your brain rewrites the story. Which means if you're
Right.
feeling miserable and you visit a miserable memory, your miserable memory gets worse. And so if that's the case, if you're holding on to your past memory hurts and pains, it's only what you do to you today. You know, the woman I worked with the other day, she's pissed off and angry at her mother who's been dead for 10 years. I said, your mother's not here. Who's angry and pissed off? It's not her. This is what you do to you to torment yourself. And so the key is truly, if you're spiritual, this is my spiritual mindset. Your brain is like a temple. What you have inside your temple, you're going to get again. So the question is, do you want to re-experience that bad memory again? And if you don't, you better change it inside your head. Once you change inside your head, you don't change what happened a long time ago, because you can't undo and change the past. But you can change what you do to yourself from inside yourself. And so that's the real key. True.
And repeat and repeat and
Oh, yeah.
repeat and repeat.
Yeah. Again, this is so important what she just said. You must replay the good memories over and over again. Add more emotions, more feelings, because you're actually programming yourself for something better. By the way, isn't it true? You had a crappy experience and you go back and watch it over and over again and then wonder why it keeps happening over and over again?
Yeah.
Because you're perfecting the art of misery.
Yep.
So then number 3, you said, taking charge of my life. What does that mean to you?
Well, I wasn't controlling my life. My mind was controlling my life.
Mm-hmm.
The programs, the metrics, that was controlling my life. And so the moment you understand how the mind works, you take charge, and now you control the mind. You control what you feed your brain, like you control what you give to your food, to your body to eat, and you want to feed your body in good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The same goes to your mind. You want to feed your mind with good stuff, and so you're in charge.
Yeah.
I'm in charge anyway. Don't
It's
know
time.
Yeah.
It's definitely time to be in charge. And
Yeah.
this is one of the biggest problems that I see in people who wanting a better life. They wake up and they look for what's wrong. They're looking for a pain, and they actually plan their whole day of pain. Oh, I'm going to go work. I'm going to go do this. How bad is my pain going to be? So they actually program themselves first thing in the morning how much pain they're going to have, and they have brought and married, live with, and produce this pain. So one of the things is that you have to take ownership of your own memory, of your own mind, and rewrite the story and take control. So that's
Yep.
good. Next thing you say, giving my brain positive, detailed, new information using your
Yes.
imagination.
Yes, the details are so well. I learned and experienced. So at the beginning, okay, I would just change memories and repeat it, and okay, but it's more as I progressed more and more and learned more, I've noticed that when I give it like the whole 5 senses, the visual, the audio, the smell, taste, and touch to that new scenario that I'm creating, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
it makes it so much faster.
Mm-hmm.
So using all the senses, that's the detail, to be as detailed as you can when you recreate a memory, or I'm just now inventing new stuff, regardless any memories. I'm just, having a party when I'm 3, regardless something that happened or not.
Exactly.
Inventing memories. I mean, what happened was that I was on. I have to tell this because it's so good. I was on a train. I was listening to music, and suddenly I saw myself on stage, and with the music. So I said, okay, I'll go with it. And slowly I created this amazing scenario. I'm on the stage and I'm dancing and I'm singing and everything, what I was wearing and the shoes and everything was there. And physically, I was there. I was there. So that's a good trance, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
That's so, and so I kept repeating it. I keep repeating it and repeating it. So that became a memory
mm-hmm,
to me already. So
mm-hmm.
when I talk about it, I call it a memory, not
Yeah,
even thinking about it.
exactly.
So
But
so
yeah, and
details, yeah.
this is so true about doing the details, because see, a lot of people, their mother will tell them a story about their birth or about something that happened that they don't consciously know, and they'll take this memory on as if it was really true. Now, oftentimes it's the bad memories that we hold on to, and we replay it, we
Yeah.
embellish it, we add more, and then we create what you call the great identity of miserableness. And people don't realize that our brain is a machine, a law of attraction machine. It creates, it produces from what it has within. Now, there's a lot of DRS or memory rewriting or helping you deal with pain, but they can't change trauma. They don't know how to change the trauma. They don't know how to rewrite and dismiss and remove the pain from the trauma. And that's the powerful part of our system. But once you dissipate, change, and release the emotional stuff inside of it, you take this and you rewrite it. My life is a testament just like yours, Ronnie. We were kids to be seen and not heard, you know. You would get slapped if you were loud, if you made any noises. You know, Dad,
Yeah.
you know, at my mom was 19, had 4 kids, so it wasn't safe to speak up. But I went to an EFT conference in 1999 or 2000, and Gary Craig had said, you know, you could help more people if you gave seminars. In my mind at that time, my mind created a visual of me standing in front of hundreds of people. Now, I couldn't even stand in front of class. I couldn't read in front of class. I couldn't do nothing in front of class. But my mind, and I replayed that, I said, I am the greatest speaker of all mankind. And I imagined all the great speakers are at my seminar. And I started creating this story in my head. And I kept thinking, I'm a great presenter. And then I never presented at that point. The following month, I presented in front of 300 people. And by the way, I was very scared, but I had the greatest presentation I ever gave in my entire life. But it's from that I kept practicing in my head. And now I present all around the world. I have no problem speaking publicly. But it is because, just like with you, if you lay in bed and imagine how bad your pain's going to be in the future, you will create that. If you replay and rehearse and rewatch the trauma, you'll get more of that. If you focus on having nothing, the more nothing you will have. So again, our minds are a survival system. And once you start rewriting what you hold inside your mind, your life will be totally different. So the next one you said, paying attention to the signals in my body that it sends me. Noticing the signals your body sends you.
Yes. Yes. So basically what I'm doing now is which in the past, when I had pain or any kind of physical situation, I would take a pill, go to the doctor, go to bed, not listen to it. Now I understand that it's my body trying to tell me something, and I constantly pay attention. I'm so aware now when I still experience some pain sometimes, and I'm so aware that I can just see when it comes up, and then I immediately ask myself, okay, what's going on right now? Where am I? What am I doing? What's causing this? And how do I approach it?
Exactly.
And it's amazing to find and then to find the links.
Yeah, memory links attached.
Yeah.
And that is so very important too, because oftentimes, and I know you're guilty of it, and I'm guilty of it too, before you started taking ownership, you would feel a pain and you go into that pain. You start imagining, oh my God, the pain's going to get worse. I'm going to die. And you start playing negative scenarios with the pain. And then your brain will escalate the pain. And then, of course, the pain gets worse. And this is some of the biggest things that I sometimes want to shake people, say, look, you're doing it. You're taking this and you're adding more to it. You're playing with it. You're making up the worst possible scenarios and you're doing it to yourself. and they because they don't know that they're doing it, and they haven't paid attention to what they're doing within themselves to themselves.
Yep.
And so breaking that pattern sets you free. All right, then the next thing you said, paying attention to how I react to my surroundings.
Yeah. Because how I react to my surroundings is my mirror. So if someone annoys me, I know that there is a program there that makes me react to that person. It's not about the person. It's about me. It's about whatever I learned about that kind of image. So I again, it's another way. It's another program. It's another.
So if you're
It's another kind. It's another kind of pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's someone outside you, like your mom or your dad or somebody else or an environment, and you feel a negative response to it, instead of saying, you make me feel bad, you look in there and say, I'm responding to you. What's inside me that's responding to you?
Yes. And also positive. If I respond positive to someone, I will check with myself. Why? What is there that makes me respond positively just to know more about me?
Yeah, so actually to know thyself. Good idea.
Yeah.
Huh? And then the next thing you said, number 7, taking action according to the above 5 and 6, which is about what you hear or what you feel and what your body tells you, using your mind. So taking action.
Yes, that's so important, because one of the breakthroughs that I had, and that was a little bit before I got to faster EFT, it was I just waited. At one point, I just waited for something to happen. I waited for something to happen, fall from the sky and take the pain away. So I was very passive. And it was actually my dad that told me. I was in bed and my mom visited me, and she called my dad to come and visit. And he looked at me and he said, "This is not life. You can't live like this. I want a solution," he said to me. But he wasn't going to give me any solution. He said, he asked me to give. So, okay, I needed to find a solution.
Oh, yeah.
So the next thing was, my mom said, okay, there is this doctor I heard about. So that was like 1.5 years, I think, before Faster EFT. There is this doctor. That's his phone. Not even the phone. That's his name. If you want, call him. That was taking action.
There you go.
So I did. I think that kind of started my. Let's say that the next time I decided to go to, still I was in doctor's mode, I did it by myself. I didn't need anyone to suggest me or anything. So it's finding a solution, taking action, because it's not enough.
I think that's the biggest thing right there.
Yeah. So
are you gonna do something, or are you gonna do nothing?
Yes, exactly. So to everyone who's watching right now and not doing anything, you guys just found a solution. Take action. That's the next step.
You've got to do something.
Yes.
And even if you choose to do nothing to heal yourself, you're probably choosing something to stay in the pain too. Both decisions. Both decisions are a decision.
Yes.
To do nothing is to stay in it. To do something to get you out. The next one you said, overcoming my fears.
Yeah. It's part of the process, and I still have a lot of fears, but I have the tools to overcome them. And I'm totally what's the character name? She does the movie. She's Israeli too. Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Okay.
Yeah, because that's what it's about. Because it seems like we come as a vase or something empty, and we get filled with fears to protect us. And now we're stuck with them. But if we overcome them, we have a life, a beautiful
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And I think the next thing is you said physical activity.
Yes. Well, that's a major one for me because I love that's my life. My life is surrounded around it. But as I said, I was just focusing on dancing. So, and it's also physical activity, but it's just dancing. But the body needs a good proper physical activity. Just walking. It was so hard for me to walk until 3 months ago. Dancing, no problem. Walking, like after 15 minutes, it's too hard. So train your body, remind your body what it's like, even if you're in pain, even if you're experiencing pain or something, be physically active. It does something. I don't know what,
Yeah.
but it does
Well,
something.
I think there's several pillars that I highly recommend. One, mental emotional clarity. Two, putting good things in your mouth, good food in your mouth, healthy, real food. And the next thing is doing something physically for you, dancing, walking, exercising, anything that will get you physically moving forward, investing that way. And then also find your passion. Where's your passion? What makes you wake up in the morning? And then also,
Sorry.
that's good. I want some. So also your passion, and also, what drives you? What is it that makes you wake up in the morning and say, yes, I have something I want to get done?
Yeah.
These are very important.
Yes.
Right.
Especially the passion part.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if you have something you love doing, then you love doing it and you look forward to doing it.
Yes. And you have a reason to continue and to find your solution.
And also another thing is conquering things that held you back, learning new things, overcoming things, expanding your brain, expanding who you are and how you think.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is on your list, helping and inspiring others.
My life mission.
Is your
My life mission. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. As a musician, and just by telling the story that will continue to grow, because it's not over, right? So many amazing things are happening and going to happen, and I want to have I have a flashlight now, and I can show the way. So yeah, bringing people together through music and through awareness, through what I've experienced, and making the world dance.
Yeah, and have fun, really.
Have fun, yeah.
And then there's 3 lessons that you have got from all this. And I say, make a decision, take action. The safest thing for me is to be me, and it's okay to be in control of my life.
Yes, because people, when you say the word control, some people, me too in the past, like, no, I don't want to be in control, I want to be free. But that's the opposite. Being in control on your life is being free.
Yeah. Going where you want to go, doing what you want to do, being at peace within your own self. It's safe to be you, no matter what you choose to do.
Yes.
Very good. So there's a lot of people who are listening, and I can kind of see some of the messages coming through. Everybody is on a different level of your pain and your emotional issues, wherever you're coming from. But if I were to give you any one advice, and Roni can give hers too, is keep working on your mind, changing memories, changing the past, freeing yourself from previous bad experiences. And Roni has already said, what really set me free in my physical pain was dealing with my emotional pain. Now, there are some of you who have physical pains, you have no recall of what, where, and why, and how. There is something here that you need to make peace with. And the best thing you could do personally is keep moving forward. Keep cleaning your head up. Eutaptics Faster T is the go-to system. It's logical, it's easy. There's a lot of free stuff out there. You can learn from that. I have online training courses. I do live courses, get sessions from my upper level practitioners, eutaptic trained practitioners. These are the best trained in the world. They are trained on how the mind works. They're trained on how you internally create your problems, and they will help you set you free. This is a journey. This is a journey of your life. You know, granted, she started Faster P a year and a half ago, but she's been working on herself a lot longer than a year and a half. But this year and a half of changing memories and references and learning how to be in control of her mind is what set Roni free. Now, granted, Ronnie's not dead, I don't think. I'm not dead, I don't think. I, too, still are learning to overcome issues. But the quality of Ronnie's life and the quality of my life has improved because we both did one thing, is we took ownership, we took responsibility, we started working on ourselves. We didn't blame anybody. We said, okay, it's me responding to my body. It's me responding to my world. I can change me. If you want a better life, keep doing what works. This will work, but there are bumps in the road. And the bumps in the road is when you get close to your inner pains and your inner hurts and your inner fears. You'll start looking for what's wrong with Robert. You'll start looking for what's wrong with the weather or the hotel, or you're going to look for wrong with something. Try to find some way to avoid working on yourself. This is normal. But owe it to yourself to like you, love you, change you from inside you. All right, Ronnie, you want to share what you have to share with them? Something really cool?
Something really cool.
Spiritual. Enlightened.
Spiritual.
Whatever you want to call it. Or good advice.
I want to say something about you. Because I met you more than once. And I actually been interviewed about a week ago. And the honesty that you have and just the way you are, I think that makes what you do even bigger, because you are you, you're honest, you're kind, and this is part of what works so good with training with you and learning from you, because you are so honest and straightforward, and that's something really cool.
Thank you. Well, I will be honest with you too. I do have dark shadows, and I do stupid things that are not so
I
smart.
know. I'm sure you do. I still have stuff. I have stuff that I don't even know about yet that I need to work on. And I'm dealing, I have ups, I have downs, but the thing is that I have tools and I'm dealing with them. And I'm so alive, and I'm so grateful, and I'm experiencing life. I'm me, and some people don't get to actually feel that, to actually feel who they really are. And I feel that. I know who I am, and I feel that, and I show that, and people can see that when they see me. And each and every one of you is amazing. You just need to uncover it from all of the things that you are wrapped with in order to protect yourself. Your brain doesn't know anything different, but you can teach your brain cool stuff, good stuff, amazing stuff. And I'm so passionate about this. And well, and
I think one of the things is what you're saying here too is, I believe that every one of us has the genius within. And I believe that your illness is a success. Your financial bankruptcy is a success. Your poor relationships is a success. if you want a success in the other direction, the only way to get something different is to change what you're holding about your past. You rewrite the past pains, you rewrite the past hurts, you rewrite the unpleasant experiences, you change what you witnessed with your family, your parents, and what you personally gone through. You change these. Your future will be totally different. And this is what we can do. This is the power of our brains, this is the power of our minds, the power of our imagination. And I just really want to thank you, Roni, for sharing your story. I know we have a lot of people here also that's on this call who also have experienced big physical, emotional changes because of this work. And I'm very proud of you. Very, very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I just want to thank you guys for being here. We have an upcoming seminar in Baltimore coming up here this month. So pack your bags and come. Let's start to change in your life. We have lots of other events also around the world. So just check our website. Come join us. Your life needs improvements. Mine too. That's why I keep going. And I just want to thank you guys. And thank you so much, Roni.
Yeah. And if you want to listen to good music.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Just Roni Lila. That's my name. You can find me everywhere. And
maybe.
And also, I'm going to keep sharing my story and telling about this stuff and just spreading the word because it's so important.
Yeah. Thank you. Hey, you can put a link on this too, at least to you.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that after.
Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. We didn't get to answer all your questions. We're going to do another live event about answering questions. So I'll take these questions here. Yeah. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you later. And just remember one thing, guys. Learn how to love yourself, like yourself from within yourself. Because what you do up here, you'll do to other people. You do it to your children. You do it to your family members. So learn to be nice from within you. Because if you're nice to yourself, what you do will impact the world. So we'll talk to you later. Thank you so much, Roni. Bye-bye, guys. Peace.